Hello everyone. This lecture is based on a short poem by title Once Upon a Time, written by the very famous Nigerian poet Gabriel Okara. Okara has to his credit a lot of works, and among them the most notable ones are Once Upon a Time and his novel The Voice. Once Upon a Time is a short and simple poem. The poem has 43 lines divided into 7 stanzas, and the stanzas have an average of 6 lines in each of them. The poem is written in free verse, and it is written in the form of a conversation which happens between a father and his little son. For its backdrop, the poem has Nigeria's independence from Britain, and for the theme, it has the establishment of contrast between the past and the present by the way of comparison. And Okara calls the past golden and the present bleak and hopeless. This could be because of the new way of life amidst the newly earned politically independent society, which seemed to have taken the British culture a tad too seriously. It is like the British people have left for good, but then their culture sort of stayed back to make things worse for the natives. To someone who is a true Nigerian at heart, to someone who can be called a son of the soil, being original wherever one goes is important. And this could be one of the major reasons why Okara wrote this poem in the first place. So what does Okara talk about in stanzas 1 and 2 of the poem? In stanza 1, Okara talks about fake smiles, and in stanza 2, he talks about fake shaking of hands. So these are not heartfelt, a laugh or a smile or a simple gesture as a shaking of a hand is not heartfelt in today's world. It is not sincere. It is all done at the surface level. It is just done for the sake of getting benefits. So what kind of benefits are we talking about? These benefits could be in terms of material, it could be in terms of money, it could be in terms of power, it could be in terms of other superficial things which do not matter in terms of virtue. So what does stanza 1 talk about? Let's read. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes, but now they only laugh with their teeth, while their eyes block cold eyes search behind my shadow. So what does he say here? In the past, people used to laugh with their heart and with their eyes, but in today's world, people do not use their heart or eyes when they smile. They use only their teeth. It is just a mere display of teeth. And why do they smile at people these days? It is just for taking a moment out to judge you. So when you go and stand in front of someone, you try to talk to that person, you try to establish a conversation, you try to strike a conversation, what happens? They smile at you, and that smile is not genuine. By the way of smiling, they are holding you to that spot, on that spot for a second or two, and they try to gauge you. They try to gauge or measure your social status, your class, and things like that. So these things they try to gauge in order for them to reap benefits in the future. It could be in the near future, or it could be after a lot of time. It doesn't matter. So all that matters is what gain they could get out of this relationship or out of being nice to you. So it's all superficial. And in the second stanza also, the poet talks about the artificiality in shaking hands in today's world. So what does he have to say? There was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that's gone, son. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hands search my empty pockets. So what does he say here? He says, in the past people used to shake hands with all their heart. They used to be sincere. When they shake hand with someone, it used to be very, very sincere and heartfelt. But even that is gone in today's world. People shake hands in order to hold your attention away so that they can drop another hand of theirs without you noticing into your pocket and check how much you have. So this is an indirect way of saying that they could judge you. They could judge your monetary status, your financial status in the society, and what kind of gain they could get out of your friendship with him or her. So again, he talks about the artificiality, the superficial nature of relationships in today's society. Coming to the third stanza, what does he have to say? Feel at home, come again, they say. And when I come again and feel at home, once, twice, and there will be no thrice. For then I find doors shut on me. So people are all about courtesy today even. But what kind of courtesy do they house in them? Do they harbor in them? The first time you visit them, they say feel at home, and they have pleasant things like come again to say to you. But then you visit them for the first time, they would treat you nicely. You go to their place for the second time, they would still be nice to you. But you try to visit them the third time, they are not going to even make you feel welcome. They are going to shut the doors on you. So that is what I have experienced in the course of my life. That is what the father tries to say here. And through the words of the father, the poet says, so this is how the world works today. So people are no longer warm and welcoming to fellow human beings. They try to be in superficial relationships only for their personal gain and not for anything else. So once they understand that they cannot get more out of you, they cannot squeeze more out of you, they stop being in that relationship with you, however superficial or however deep it is. So once they have extracted as much as possible from you, they throw you away, they ignore you, they alienate you. So that is how today's fickle-minded world works. That's what Okara says. And what does the fourth stanza say? So I have learnt many things, son. I have learnt to wear many faces, like dresses, home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their conforming smiles, like a fixed portrait smile. So one look at the stanza and we would know it has at least two similes, as in like dresses and like a fixed portrait smile. So what does the poet try to say through this stanza with these similes? So he says, the father says to his son that he also has become a part of today's world by learning whatever the others are preaching. So he has also fallen victim to the ways of today's world. He also has learned to fake things. He also has learned to wear masks according to the situation, according to the place that he goes into. So he also has changed with time, with the attitudes of people, by observing them, by knowing how much they gain out of the masks that they wear. He also has chosen to become one of them. He already has become one among them. So that is what he tells his son. He says he also has learned to wear many faces, like we change dresses. So it's as simple as that for people to change their face these days. So they have a home face, they have a face for office, they have a face for the street, they have a face for parties, they have a face for other social gatherings. So they wear a different face according to the place that they go to and the people that they get to meet in these places. So only by wearing these faces which suit well to the occasion, they will be able to convince people, they will be able to gel with people, they will be able to get benefited out of their relationships with people. Or in the first place, they will be able to form relationships with people only by being what they are expected to be at a particular place. So they keep changing, like it is nothing, they keep changing. So it's all so simple for them, like changing a costume or dress. So people have this conforming smile, which means an artificial smile here. They keep conforming to the societal compulsion. The society today forces people to be in a certain way. So if not, you give them that conforming smile that I am one among you, I'm one of you, I'm your kind. People are not going to accept you. Only then, only if you give them that conforming smile, people accept you as one among them. If not, you will be still alienated. You will be an outcast. You will be treated like an outcast. So it's like a fixed portrait smile, he says. So it's like you wear the same kind of smile wherever you go. It's a plastic smile. It's an artificial smile. It has no life. It has no genuinity to it. So that's what he says. So what does he say in stanzas 5, 6, and 7? And I have learned to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I have also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it's been nice talking to you after being bored. So what has the society taught me over the years? So what people's attitude, the change in people's attitude has taught me to do with my life, to do with my attitude. So I have learned to laugh with only my teeth. So this is a sign of me becoming a representative of that society, that artificial society which lacks genuineness of any sort. So I also have learned to laugh with my teeth, only my teeth. And I also have learned to shake hands without feeling it in my heart. And I also have learned a few other things. And what are those few other things? It is one of those things is saying goodbye to people when I mean good riddance. So I don't want people to make pay me another visit. Once they visit me and go away, it's for good. That's what I think. So I say goodbye, but I mean good riddance. And when I meet people, I say glad to meet you, and I'm not glad at heart. I don't feel glad at all. But I say it just as an act of courtesy. I say it just to have a relationship or a rapport built. I say it. I don't mean it at all. And when I say it's been nice talking to you, I say it only because I feel bored talking to that person. I want to end that conversation. I don't want to have any more conversations with that person. And so I say, I would like to close this conversation. So indirectly I say, it's nice talking to you. So what does he have to say in the sixth stanza? He says, but believe me, son, I want to be what I used to be when I was like you. I want to unlearn all these muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh. For my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. So here comes another simile. So he compares his teeth to that of a snake's bare fangs. So this is the essence of this stanza. Through this stanza, he tries to establish the ultimate truth, which is human beings, when they smile today, when they laugh today, and if they see themselves, they get to see themselves in front of a mirror, their reflection would resemble that of a snake's bare fangs. It has become that venomous. Our smiles are, or our laughs are that venomous. So they don't look good. They don't have genuineness written over them. So they are fake, they are artificial, they have some hidden agenda to them. So that's why he compares it with that of a snake's bare fangs. So he says, but at heart, the father wants to be like his son. His son is emotionally invested in whatever he does. He has genuine emotions to give to people that he transacts with. Irrespective of whether it is a verbal transaction or any other kind of transaction, the son invests through emotion, and that's what the father also wants to be. That's how he wants to be. That's what he wants to do. So the father says, I want to be what I used to be. That is, the father wants to be like the childhood version of himself. When he was a child, when he was a little boy, he used to be like his son. He used to emotionally involve in things. He used to invest emotions when he talked to people, when he transacted with people, like his son does in the present. So he wants to get back to his childhood days. Only that he has grown into an adult, he cannot change that. But then as an adult also, he wants to behave the way he behaved and treat the way he treated people in the past when he was a child. And then he calls all these wearing of masks and shaking of hands without feeling it at heart, and giving people fake laughs, muting things. So these actually mute you. These actually disable you. So that's what he feels. So he doesn't want to feel muted. He wants to he wants the world to hear his voice. He wants to see the world for who he originally is. So he wants to reveal his original identity. He does not feel good to be one among the torchbearers of this artificial society. So he wants to change himself for his own good, and for his family's good, and for the future generations' good. So that's what. And in the last stanza, what does the poet say? He says, "So, show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you." Now the poet kind of cuts to the chase. He says, "Son, please teach me how to laugh and smile with my heart, how to give people a genuine laugh, a genuine laughter, or a genuine smile when they approach me, how to mend relationships with people, and how to establish relationship and rapport with people from the heart. So I would like to learn it from you. Please teach me," he asks his son. And he also says, "See, this is how I used to be. So once upon a time, I was like you, and when I was like you, I used to give people a hearty smile, a heartfelt smile, or a handshake with all my heart. It used to be genuine and sincere. So that's how I would like to become all over again. So please teach me," he says. So it's not an advice of a father to his son. It is an advice of a father to a society. So if Gabriel Okara can be assumed as the father, the Nigerian society could be assumed as the child. Or maybe there could be a role reversal as well. Maybe we can assume Okara as the child who laughs and smiles and gives handshakes with heart, from the heart, and with all genuinity. And